Stevie, looking back at Tuesday's game against Inverness, maybe not the result you're looking for, but a positive performance in the end?
No, it's never nice to lose games of football, but couldn't have asked for more from the boys in terms of the way they applied themselves. We created umpteen chances. As I say, when we got ourselves back into the game at 1 each, I thought there was only going to be one winner at that point, and it was a cruel deflection that ended up losing us the game in the end.
When you look at the performance, considering we'd been off for such a long period of time, was it better than what you could have hoped for, or was that something that you were expecting from the guys because of the training period that you'd had?
No, I think what happens is it's dangerous to come out and say that you think the boys' fitness levels are where they should be at, because it's hard to replicate what an actual match brings. But the boys have applied themselves properly at training. I know they were desperate to get back out and play a competitive game of football, and I think that showed. As I say, the only thing that was lacking the other night was we never come away from the game with anything, and that's a sore one to take, but hopefully we carry that hurt into the Saturday's game against Dundee United.
It is a busy period coming up, and it probably doesn't get any tougher than Dundee United, but is that something that the whole club could thrive on, a bigger than normal crowd and maybe a little bit more expectation on the visitors?
Yeah, Dundee United are sitting top of the league and they're there for a reason. Our challenge has got to be to put the hurt from Tuesday night, having lost the game to Inverness, to carry that into Saturday's performance, and there's nothing better than sometimes challenging the team that are sitting at the top of the league.
We have competed well against Dundee United, particularly the last time down at Tannadice. Is it just about those small margins that you've maybe spoken about throughout the season, and maybe just hoping they go in our favour this Saturday?
Yeah, I think going back, the first half performance here at East End earlier in the season wasn't up to the levels that we were hoping for. The second half we were much better, but I thought our performance up at Tannadice, albeit we lost the game, I thought we equipped ourselves very well and took the game to Dundee United, and another day we could have come away with a decent result. So as I say, there's got to be a belief in the squad. We use that hurt from Tuesday night in Inverness and try and build on that to get points.
When you look at the league table overall, there isn't a lot between second and where we are now in seventh. We've got a game in hand over a couple of teams, so there's a lot to be positive about, a lot of games that coming up, a lot of points to be won. So if we could pick up a couple of wins in the next few games, it could really build momentum going into the latter part of the season.
As I think if we'd won the game the other night against Inverness, you're sitting 2 points behind second place. But that's how cruel football can be at times. We've lost the game, we can't change that on a difficult night when a few decisions could have went in our favour. But as I say, we can't cry over it. We've got to man up and take that into the remaining games of the season.
When I was speaking to Ethan Ross there about coming on and trying to make an impact for himself personally on Tuesday night, he was mentioning how with the run of games coming up, the likelihood is players in the squad are going to be needed at some point, and it's about everybody being ready and taking their chance when it comes along. That could only be healthy, that competitive edge to every player. Yeah,
and that's why it was important that the club and the chairman and the board backed us in January to bring in the quality that we did. We're going to need everybody to a man. After the game on Tuesday night, the boys that didn't start, we had a training session for them, because it's our job to make sure that boys are at the conditioning levels to give them the best possible opportunity to be ready for a game when it comes. And sometimes you have to wait 2 or 3 games, or you can get you find very quickly that you could be playing in the next game. So we need that competition for places, and there is a hunger for boys to get into that starting 11.
Ethan came on for Ryan Dow on Tuesday night, and I believe he's struggling for Saturday.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ryan, he is going to be struggling for Saturday. With it being his hamstring, it's a hamstring that he's feeling it's really tight at the moment, and we don't want to push that because he could end up being out for a longer period. So there's competition for places, as I've said. I'm not set in my head or spoken with Greg and Jason on the starting 11 yet, but as I say, Ethan's come in, done well. He done well when he was away with Scotland 19s last week as well, and he'll certainly be in our thoughts.
Lee Ashcroft went off as well. Was that injury related, and is he had out as well?
Yeah, Lee had it was a dead leg that Lee suffered from, but I don't see there being any complications with that one.
And Dylan Duncan was ruled out of Tuesday night's game. Is he back in contention?
No, Dylan's another one that he's just picked up something in the last reserve game that we played, so he's a little bit frustrated, but Dylan's another one that won't be available.
And just to finish up, Tuesday night, as we've touched on, maybe the result wasn't what we're looking for on the pitch, but certainly off the pitch, with young Ollie coming here and getting a great experience. Is that something as a community club that you fully back, that kind of initiative to make sure that everybody that supports Dunfermline are supported in the best way possible?
No, listen, I think Jordan, for guys like yourself and obviously Craig, who works behind the scenes to integrate the community with the supporters, I fully back that. I know my staff do, and I know the chairman does as well, and it's a reputation that we want. We've managed to put a deal on for Ollie that he'll remember for a long time, and if that means that he ends up being a Dunfermline supporter like his dad was, then it can only be good for the club.
And I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it's not just about Dunfermline as on its own. It's about Scottish football, or football in general, making sure that bullying, especially at such a young age, is cut out straight away, because it's, from my experience, it's pretty uncommon that an 8-year-old would maybe feel that way about football.
Yeah, it wasn't nice to hear, and it's never nice, and I think I said when I met Ollie himself that it doesn't really matter what age you're. It's something I don't personally like, and unfortunately it's something that a lot of people have to face, and it's just being strong enough to see if anybody is and find themselves in that situation and getting bullied, that people are brave enough round about to stick up for people that are having an impact on other people's lives.
Perfect, thanks Stevie.
Cheers.